is secure. So if rain days come my way, for example, as an immigrant, things are not very okay, I can depend on my digital business. It's guaranteed that it's my children's legacy. I'm certain that I'm okay. So if you are like me, you have your job, it's better to buy an umbrella before it rains. It's better to start the digital business before things get worse. And it's also better to just check it out. Sometimes you just sit there and you say, I'll see it later. Is it real? Is it? Come inside, check it out, then you see that this is the real deal. So if you're in your own country, yes, I encourage you to check it out and to have a side hustle. But if you are not in your own country, don't sit and relax and say, I have arrived. You have not arrived. Prepare for rain days. We never know. If you are in somebody else's country, you never know what will really happen. So if it continues to be good, we thank God. I'll always have my side hustle. I'll always have my job. But if it turns out sour, I have something somewhere to lean on. Thank you so much, Sister Princess. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Sister Yukai. You actually said it all, because as an immigrant, you really cannot predict what will happen, because a lot of things are happening in the world right now. Even whether you're an immigrant or not, when in 2020, when the COVID hit, it was a global situation. Even people back home, people who are in diaspora, everybody was, running a tasketa, well, thinking of what would happen, or what could have happened, or what could I have done better in order for me to be prepared. But a lot of people were already in this business as at that time. They were not panicking, they didn't worry themselves, because they know they had something that didn't require them to leave the house and all that. It was already working for them even before COVID came. So when COVID came, it was just an opportunity for them to, see how good the business is or was. So now I'll be calling on Sister Salome to share her thoughts on this topic.
Thank you so much, Sister Princess, for this wonderful opportunity you give to me tonight. This topic we are discussing is very, very important in human life. Raining days might be any challenge we faced every day in our various home. We all, when we was born in life, there is nobody that handle us a manuscript. When you buy something like refrigerator or so, they will give you a script like how to set it up, how you know what to do and don't know what to do. But in the journey of life, there is never anything like that. We have to learn from our parents, and we have to learn from school teachers. We grew up, we are learning. That's how we get our own manuscripts. If your parents are good, they said yes, they train you well. If you're not good, it will show. Some people always just show me your friend, I will tell you whom you are. That is the same thing we want to unfold here. Challenge, raining can be anything. It can be financial struggle. It can be family health problem. It can be job, looking for a job, or can even some people that cannot stay in one job for so long. Maybe you got a job, after a while, they will give you excuse, they will push you out, and from one place to another looking for a job is also a very, very challenge, especially the immigrants, because even if you have a residence permit in here in Belgium, they still write it Nigerian Belgium to be clear that I was not born here. So in that case, the children that born here maybe has maybe a different story, which we are still going to provide for them. They have more advantage than us. So what am I trying to say? Seeing all this challenge, it can be an excellent opportunity for you to rest, reflect back on your journey, your activity, how you started, what you have already tried, what you have already been done, and what works and did not work for you. Refresh your ideas. Frequently emerged all the individual things, job, everything you have already done or tried. Just calm down. It's not a time to panic, because when you are panicking, you cannot think well. When you cannot think well, you cannot get a good result to do something good or great. So it cannot be so easy. That's why we are here, to help people that is looking for emergency situation. Why do I call it emergency situation? Some people doesn't know there is something like internet digital business in existence where they can earn from home in their comfort zone. I was still working. Others think monthly allowances is best for them. They are okay for it, but it's still suffering inside. And some people knew about this digital business, but they don't take it serious because there is a lot of scams on internet. There is a lot of things going on. They said all of them are the same. Now, I just want to make it clear, all of us are not the same. The business we are running is legitimate. In fact, the government will start it, the government will know that you are doing this business. It's not a scam. Nobody will hold you accountability that you scam me. No, it's not like that. And they provide all the tools that will make it easy for us to earn and support our family. So we are targeting people that is in need, people that needed extra income, people that need to be assisted to survive or to share. In fact, we are here sharing our benefit, the benefit of the online digital business for those that really need it and need something to do or to add, supplement to their income or to start double shift. Yes, of course, we immigrants, it's not easy for us. What we thought at home before we travel to abroad is not what we are getting. Things is totally different. That's why we always try to concentrate on developing enjoyable material that can lead us, anybody that really want to do this business. I call it enjoyable material that will lead you direct to your sources, like we are now reaching there and spreading this news out there for someone that needed this help, such as websites, video-based training, to meet their demise, to meet our own demise, demonstrate the advantage of working with a company and working for yourself. There is a big advantage on it. So what do you prefer? Even when you are tired, they will call you on phone to come to work. You cannot say no. Why? Because you have signed that paper, the court contract. You have to fill on it. You have to obey everything you have signed. You'll be there whether you like it or not. This business is not like that. You can also combine the two together, like my brother have already said. In addition, we all here improved online store for increasing search engine. This is our store. We don't have traditional store to open. We are here whenever you want us. We are available whenever you needed us. If you need any information, this place we are now, you are watching us, is our own shop. We are open 24/7. Visibility, ensuring that this business remains top of mind for individuals looking for starting their own digital business. This is what we're here for, to help you, to help ourselves, to help the immigrants, to help people that needed help out there or people don't know where to start. Someone helped me. I am ready to help another. The same person I help is ready to help another person. Like that will create a mighty community and reduce poverty in our midst, an immigrant association worldwide. That's my own. Please, if you hear it, if you're interested, just check it out. It helps me. If I can do it, you can do it. Also. I have only one head, you know. I don't have to, but I'm doing it with 4 children and full time. So show me anybody that has 2 heads. Nobody. And people still do 3, 4, 5 jobs, combining it on top of their health. They are still managing. So this one, if you do it, at least you are sure of a good health and still get more than what you think you will get outside. You will still get it right inside your bedroom as far as you plugged in. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much, Sister Salome. Before I go further, I would like to thank everyone watching us. Some dropped where they are watching us from and let us know their name, why some didn't. But I want to say thank you for stopping by. Thank you, Brother Ryan. You're watching from New Jersey. Thank you so much. And thank you, Popish Sakar. You said thanks. You are thanking us for sharing this nice, informative section. Thank you for appreciating us. We really do appreciate your time for stopping by. Yes, like our topic says, what are your plans for rainy day? While I was working, before I lost my job when I became a mom, I had a business, a side hustle, because I've always believed in side hustle. But circumstances will happen that will just change your course, your focus, and everything. I could no longer do that business because it required my presence at the place of the business. And I begin to think, I was like, okay, since I have my job, I'm good. I don't need to, before I'll think of something else, let me, I'm good with my job. I didn't know that in another 3 months, I'll be losing my job too. So you really cannot plan for this. You really cannot say when these things will happen. But you can actually plan, have a plan in place that will save you from the day. So when I became jobless, I was, really hoping I get something else in almost immediately, which didn't happen months after months. But when I finally got one, I know that I needed to put extra measure. Like I need to have something that would that I thought of so many things. This time around, I don't want to go out. I want to be indoor and do it. You just have to think of the things that will suit you and find that. And this business actually just tick all the boxes. Because right now it's summer, and if you live in Texas or Texas is very hot. So if I was still doing my other business, I would be under the sun right now. I won't care because I have to do it. It's my business. But now I'm indoor in my AC and I'm doing my business. And the result I'm even getting here is 100% better than what I had before. So sometimes you need to weigh your options. Think of, don't focus on just the challenge. Think of what will happen. Like if this thing happen, it doesn't care. They really do not care how much you put in the work. If your service is no longer needed, so sorry, you have to go. But your business will always be there for you. Your business will not leave you, except you leave your business. But your job will leave you even when you didn't leave your job. So we just have to think and really have this plan for our rainy days. So I'll be calling on Sister Vera now to share her thoughts on this topic. Sister Vera, please come on.
Wow, thank you so much, Princess. Yes, like rainy days. I love the way you actually explained it just now. For so many of us, it's not just we're not talking about the literal raining days. We are talking about the metaphorical sense of it, right? Where you have to plan for eventualities. And I know for so many of us, especially those who are believers, we always have this, I think, this thought that is not very, very smart or not very wise, where we say, oh, tomorrow will take care of itself. We know tomorrow will take care of itself if you put measure in place, right? Or maybe, God forbid, it will not happen to me, So in this sense, when personally, maybe I have to, use my own personal example. I remember about 9 years ago when we moved to this path that we're living in now. And for some reason, I used to have this fear that, oh God, and there's a path that, because my driving was not very good then, and I still have to go to work with my learner sign, right? And every time I drive past, there's this river. I drive past, and I'm like, oh God, should anything happen? Wow, what's going to become of my family? So I called my husband. I said, listen, I want to get a life insurance. Immediately he kicked it away. One, he said, why are you getting life insurance? If I get insurance, that they won't pay you until you are gone. I was like, yeah, this is the reason I'm getting it. So should anything happen, God forbid, if I'm driving past that river, I'm not a good driver. But should anything happen, I know that you're okay. But it did not, agree to it. But eventually, when I made him see reasons and we booked an appointment and we had that in place. Somehow, as soon as I had that life insurance, that life policy in place, I was no longer afraid to drive past that area, because in my mind, I'm covered. That's insurance for you. You are covered. And then not only was it just life insurance, other parts also include where if I lose my job, I'll be paid, so amount until maybe I get a second job for another 2 years. And also, if it's even my husband or if it's my kids that have anything, if at any point in time something happens, not deaths, because for many of us think that life policy only covers, deaths alone. So, and of course, there's so many of us, like, don't think about, because we are living abroad, that everybody's covered. There are some people that cannot have, a befitting burial because there is no money in place. You are like, if you are the type who actually, goes with this, what do they call it, GoFundMe, you see a lot of people who are asking for GoFundMe when they have that eventuality. Do you understand? And I know it is okay, but at the same time, for some, you will see some family will just tell you, please don't go do a GoFundMe on our behalf, because we are okay, or we covered, we have things in place. All right. So this is the type of raining days that we're talking about. For example, you also could have a job. And if you have that job, don't think that you are covered for life in that job. Fine, it is okay. But it is not a very smart thing to do not to have a side hustle in place. I also use myself as an example. When I had this job and eventually they gave me a lifetime contract, I was very, very happy, which we call permanent contract. I was very happy. That was my life. And I said nothing was going to pull me out from the job. There is just nothing, because one, I was in a healthcare, a setting, and in healthcare they always look for people. They always need people anyway. And I know I'm careful enough not to get into any problems that would, eventually get me out of the job. So to me, that was my. I was going to retire in that job, but I actually forgot that there was something that cannot be covered, that you cannot just say it will happen, and that is health, right? But when my health actually came in the line, I had to give up that job eventually, even though I struggled for at least 2 years to give up that job. Because the reason I did not want to give up that job was, oh God, there is no other means of income. So somehow, even my health was, really, like I said, on the line at the time. So I was advised by different medical personnel to give myself a break, which I refused. And I kept managing. You will see me, if I am at home, I'm like a vegetable. When I go to work, I will have to sometimes pretend to be very, very okay, so they won't send me home, right? Until a particular colleague looked at me in the face and said, Vera, I've been watching you all these days, and you look like a woman who is in labor. I can imagine being in labor for that long time, right? So even though I pretend to be okay, there's still somebody who was actually there, still could actually look at me in the eye and say that no, this lady is not okay. But eventually, my health actually became deteriorated and I had to stay home. But the fact that you have a side hustle, it will help you, what we want to look after yourself. Like, as if I had this business that time, if I even took it seriously that time, right? When that happened, when I had to go and suffer to make sure that, our family, we are okay financially, that would never have happened. As soon as I was told by my own doctor, my occupational health, to stay back home, I would have stayed back home straight away. And maybe my situation would never have, degenerated to that level. So this is why it is good, to save for the raining day, not just to save money wise or anything, but to make sure that there's a plan in place for your raining day. And another thing again, another reason why we also need to save for the raining day is, I just mentioned it about your career. For some of us, we think that, okay, I'm plugged here for forever. For example, you are a doctor. Have we not heard of doctors who have worked for so many years, near retirement, and they make one mistake? Do you understand? They make one single mistake. What happened? Their license is taken away from them straight away. And this is the person that's actually dedicated their whole life. And that was, even probably have their family, suffered just to make sure that they are out there caring for people. But if they make one mistake, sorry, that job is no longer, there's no security there. As one of my colleagues actually said, just there's no security anywhere. So if you are in that situation, plan to have something in place so that should those things happen. If it doesn't happen, thank God, but at least it's a bonus for you. It's yours for keep. And there's this one that I can actually just sometimes when I sit to think about it, I try not to cry. It is the time that about my family time that I sacrificed, thinking that I was creating better future for my family, creating, providing for them, because that's why I was actually leaving home, picking up extra shifts, even the job that is not, outside my own main job. But eventually, what happened? This family actually suffered because they lacked my presence. Even that the little presence I will have, time I will have, is not even a quality one because I'm too exhausted already from the other job. I've used up everything that I needed. I need to, to have used for my family. And this, as Brother Sister did mention, could actually lead to, problems in marriage. Imagine my husband calls me, okay, let's just have a discussion. Discussion from, I don't have time, I beg, I want to go and sleep because you are tired already. I was tired already. I was giving or just the rest. And I tell you, my rest was not even up to 0 point something percent. And that is not good for anybody. Okay. If you say, okay, fine, I'm okay. I've actually done maybe 65 years. I only need 2 years before I retire. All right. So as a result of that, I think I'm okay. But do you know that if you actually take your time to look at your retirement plan and you look at the things that you have actually accrued over the years for your retirement, it will be enough to help you, to sustain you for when you actually retire. Because remember, you're not going to be getting this chunk of money coming in every time. You probably get a lump sum once, and then the other will be paid to you in bits, right? But for so many of us, I tell you, especially immigrants, in fact, talking from a Nigerian perspective, our retirement plan is for us to train our children so that in old age, they will take care of us, right? Which is not fair on the children because the children are supposed to be taking care of their own family, of their own self. You see so many children who are now, under pressure to look after their parents because to us they are obliged to, because it is I've done it for them, so they have to. We forgot they don't have to. If we have all these things in play, we shouldn't be having extra to give to them this time, actually, because at that time we have maybe probably less expenses to make. Probably at that time we've already paid up all the mortgages and everything, so we have that extra to give to grandchildren to help them when they need that financial support. But all these things will not happen if you did not save for the raining day. So to save for the raining day is for you to get a side hustle. And if you're thinking of a side hustle, you say, okay, maybe you are working as a doctor. Imagine a doctor going to open an African restaurant. How is that going to work? Because you're already exhausted with time. And tell me what time you're going to have to invest in that. It's like before you even start the business, it's going to fall. Your plan is to have people there. But the business that you are not there physically, it is either somebody is going to be there to kind of swindle your money, or because you are not there personally. It's not their dream, it's your dream. So you should be the one to work on your dream. So the way you will take it will be different from the way they will take it. So, but in this digital business, you are going to put in your time, and it's going to be only passively. It is going to work around your schedule, as Princess said. It works around your schedule. It gives you the results that you would actually get for even sometimes, so many times that we have seen in the community. The results that you even get from your side hustle could be even more than what you actually got at your main job. But it's okay, you can keep both. Then it's a win-win situation. So for my retirement plan, sorry, my raining days, I have to make sure that I put all these things in place to make sure that at least when that time comes, it should not be like boju boju. It should not be like what do you call it? What do you call it in English? Like a surprise, not a pleasant one, you know. So thank you so much, Princess, for the opportunity to share my experience.
Thank you, Sister Vera. You have spoken well. You have, actually used your own life experience to talk about this topic. And I know that we have so many immigrants who are going through this phase as well. But what we are doing is not to create fear, like, okay, virtuality is going to come, you may lose your job. But because we know it's a sad reality, because a lot of us have been there, we see it, we know it's true, it happens. You really cannot predict, you really cannot say, yeah, all we can say is, God forbid, it will not happen to me. But when it happens, what will you do? That's the question. You need to sit down in your quiet time and ask yourself this question. If you are yet to put things into place, making plans for when eventuality hits, if you have not started that, I will want you to sit in your quiet time and think about it. Like, if things happen now, how am I going to take care of my children, or how do I pay my next rent? And that's why you see a lot of people, they become destitute. It's not like, when you talk to them, you see that this person is not on drugs or anything. It's just life that happens to this person, and it's just because there were so many plans. I know, yes, sometimes we could plan and it will fail, but online digital business, as you won't fail because you are not doing it alone in the first place. You have a trainee, you have a coach, you have a mentor, and you have a community of support that will help you grow till those your baby steps become giant steps. So we would like to call it a day. But before we go, I also would like to give those watching us right now. Okay. Esther Boy is watching from Indianapolis. Thank you for stopping by. We really do appreciate you. And thank you, um, Pepperdem. Thank you, Pepperdem, for stopping by. We appreciate your time. We thank Poppy Saka. We appreciate your time. So, if you're interested to know more, because our business give you the opportunity to know more before you even make up your mind to really want to do this business, we have an informative section, which is a webinar that will talk about this business. And also in that webinar, we have panelists who are people that have been doing this business, have seen changes. So you know that it's not just we alone that that are doing this business. There are other people who are doing this business that have their testimonial with them, life one, that will tell you where they were before and where they are now on that informative session. Our website is displayed right now. If you're still not comfortable, you can chat us up, any of us up on our platform, and we'll be glad to help. We were once like you. The difference is we only asked questions, and that's why we're here now. So please do well to ask us questions. And if you have any question, you can drop it on this comment section. Or you can go to our inbox and inbox us. We would answer your questions, the way that will give you the clarity that you want. But for now, we want to call it a day and want to say thank you for watching us today. We'll be here again on Sunday. Please endeavor to join us again. But for now, Bye and have a blessed Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.